that's all.
The first one I printed.
Yeah.
I don't think your peanuts owes anything.
They're on the list.
Yeah, that was a big list.
Oh, she's paid them.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
on the list.
We've narrowed it down to 11 now. We did, but not a lot of people.
He said he's gonna be a little late, but I was waiting for 6 o'clock.
6:03.
He's looking at the clock up there. Okay, let's call the meeting to order. The approval of the minutes
Move for approval of the minutes. Do you want me to say them all or
No,
just as written?
as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Jennifer Schroeder. Jennifer Schroeder? Is this her first time? Okay,
This is first? Okay.
we'll hold it, see if she comes here. Amanda Fernando, come on front.
Sit, stand.
Have a seat.
No, have a seat.
Have a seat.
Yeah. Okay, this is, let's see, there's a new bartender, and where are you looking for the license for?
For Shepherds for the license.
I haven't heard that name in a long time, which is
No,
good.
they're pretty quiet over there.
Where was it?
Shepherds.
Shepherds.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
on
yeah, yeah.
Slinger.
Yeah, they used to be on our agenda every week, years ago.
Yeah, which is not good.
Okay, have you been bartending there at all, or
Yes, under other people's license.
with other licensed people there? Okay. You put down, DUI. Okay. And let's see, there was '09, Valley Falls, but there was a few other things on there. In
Yeah.
15, disorderly conduct, possession in '09 also, it looks like maybe the same incident,
Mm-hmm.
the same date. And a disorderly conduct in '05. We ask you to put down everything that you have. Disorderly conduct is relevant to a license simply because when the police come in, we want you to cooperate 100%.
Correct.
And disorderly conduct is what, you told them that somebody wasn't there, or
Well,
something
the
like that?
first one, I was a hot-headed teenager. I was only 17. My mom called the cops on me, and they started to approach the door, so I slammed it in the cop's face. So that's where that one came in. And then the second one actually was a domestic disturbance, and I was being held in a bear hug, so I bit someone. And instead of it being charged as a battery, they dismissed that and made it a disorderly conduct.
Well, see, I hope you've changed your ways a little bit, because we don't want
I
any of that
have.
stuff going on in a bar. So, does anybody have anything?
I would make a
Move
motion to
approval.
approve. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Oh,
So Amanda, what this committee does tonight isn't official until the council acts on it. So
Okay.
you're probably gonna be approved by this committee and more than likely approved by the council. But that won't happen until like July 16th.
Okay.
That's the next council meeting. So you don't have you don't have your license till you have your license in your hand.
So
You'd-
that's all said and
You'd
done.
be able to pick it up the day after the 16th and the 17th till like 2:30 in the clerk's office. Or if you don't pick it up the day after it's approved, then it will be mailed to you, just so
Okay.
you know. So if you're in a hurry to get your license. Really, the reason you're in here, I think, is because of the OWI. So what that says is that at least that one day 10 years ago, you made a bad choice for yourself. And as a bartender.
Super bad.
Yeah, as a bartender, you're gonna be making that decision for your customers on a fairly regular basis. Well, maybe not regular, but it'll happen. So you're gonna need to make that choice. And as the chairman said, we want you to be a partner with us, cooperative with the police when they come in. No slamming doors in their faces, please.
Definitely not.
Yeah, there may be an occasion when there's a compliance check and the police will send in somebody who's not 21 to get served. Very typically, it's a $180 ticket for the server, so card. Also, you've taken a class lately? Okay, so you
Super
remember,
recent.
yeah, so you remember from the class that's actually illegally for you to serve somebody that's drunk? Do you remember
Yes.
that? Okay, so you're the licensed bartenders are the one people who can't serve people that are drunk, or the one class of people, so. How am I doing on the speech?
Excellent.
Perfect.
This,
got
you know, at
everything?
these
I'm
committee meetings, you
recording.
should practice.
I really
You
Stayed right on script.
Because I'm not always gonna be here.
That's what road's for.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shauna Her? Shauna Her,
Second?
second. Yeah,
You wanna give her a chance or no?
we'll give
I'll
a
make a
chance at the
motion
end.
to deny.
Well, we'll give it a chance till the end of the
Okay.
meeting. Which is not coming in, but,
Mr. Chair, just to remind me on that one, didn't she apply, she got denied, and then she tried again?
she applied, she got.
Didn't
the-
show up twice?
Yeah,
Didn't
she
show up
knows
twice.
about
Again,
not applying,
didn't
she
show up
knows that
twice.
not showing up leads to denial.
Right.
The checks keep clearing, she's paying for the application.
Okay, Jacob Cruz. Jacob Cruz. We'll hold him too, that's a second also. Okay, is Christina Lopez here? Okay, she did email her,
Yep,
but never got a response.
that's fine.
So we're gonna-
She didn't show up today, and we wouldn't be able to take action on it right now anyways. The city's working on
Right, okay.
processes right now, and we'll proceed with that.
We're holding these because of the whole,
Right.
okay, everybody knows what I'm talking about.
People at home don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All three of them? Oh, wait, there's only two, Ann's not home.
Ann's here with us today.
Okay, communication from city attorney, a list of license for delinquent taxes. Now, we have this list of 11 here that's still, oh, have they been called in?
Yes, they've received letters,
And they've been called in to be here?
Tonight.
yes.
Okay,
I don't believe they are.
Anybody here?
I don't,
Do we wanna call the ones that are, I'm
Taxes.
sorry, Mr. Chair, do we wanna call the ones that are still delinquent to see if anybody is here? And then I guess my additional question on that would be generally in terms of, number 7, not specific to any individual's, case or circumstance. My question would be, what would be the appetite, the committee's appetite for someone's complaints on these? We can have suspension or revocation for failure to pay. I will also note that whenever we have these, we also file small claims cases against all entities, or the big hitters at least.
do you wanna go through all that?
It's up to you guys. We can, right, but they,
What is the most anyone on the list owes?
Well, there is someone that owes 5,000 and 6,000.
Oh.
That would be Jersey Mike's.
And they're gone, right?
No.
No, that's the sub places, yeah.
Ah, it's still there.
92nd and Greenfield?
No,
No.
Jersey Mike, that's on Highway
Oh,
100.
I was thinking of
Hub
Emilio's.
Chrysler.
I was thinking of the old Emilio's, okay.
The others
That's a
are,
corporate chain, that one kinda surprises me.
Yeah.
the others are like less than 400, all the way down to like $10.
Well, it's still pretty much, 400 is still pretty much,
on those larger ones, would the committee would be,
absolutely,
okay,
absolutely,
I'll review those.
anything that amount, I don't know how to get that far. 'Cause it must be personal property,
2 years, yeah.
okay.
It sounds like a couple of these are out of business.
Yes.
So does that mean their licenses are now available, cause they have not been operating for?
We'd have to do someone's complaint to revoke. I'll review that.
Pizza Hut
Okay.
too, man.
Yeah, well, I know somebody's taken over to the Big Eb's,
Yeah, but Big Eves did
and
not
I
have a
think he
liquor,
applied.
didn't have
Oh, that's
beer.
right, he didn't have a license.
He just had restaurant. These aren't all.
Right, these aren't liquor license, or whatever
There's an
license.
auto, there's a,
And Uncle Ned's is gone, consignment store.
Oh, you got Sophia's on here. Is that the current owner or is that the
Prior owner,
the prior owner?
Are they reapplying?
no.
No, Sevilla's is a Mexican restaurant now.
We'd have to take another route.
Well, right, I mean, if they're not reapplying and then they're not asking for license, we're gonna have to go to small claims anyways.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a moot point on those that are not operational anymore.
You know, I would say, you know, anything, we'll go summons a complaint, anything over $100, or should we go lower? Or should we just go all of them?
Anything.
Okay,
I'll review them and I'll talk with,
We'll hold
the
this.
attorney's office and.
Yeah.
What's the
we'll bring
breakpoint
something
analysis?
forward.
yeah, if you got any questions,
500.
call me on
Yep.
everything, but, we gotta get on
Are we
that.
having another meeting before the 16th? No.
No.
End of the license period. No, we give them more time to go.
Okay. What's your name?
I'm Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, her?
Her,
Yes.
yep,
She made it.
backing up.
Okay. Why don't you come here and come and take the hot seat. Oh, considering we haven't seen you, we called your name.
Hello. Sorry, came from Racine.
Okay, let's back up here. Okay, it's a new application, you were denied because you didn't show up the last two times,
The first time,
the
yeah.
first two times, right? And then you didn't show up the first time here. And you have on your, have you ever been ticketed, arrested, convicted, or fined? And you put no. And we got all this.
Tickets.
Have you ever been ticketed? It says here, have you ever been ticketed, arrested, in large letters, convicted or fined for any violation, federal, state, or city, including felony, misdemeanor, civil, or traffic offenses? So, and they're all guilty. These are all our driving. Jeez. Do you have a license now?
Not currently, no.
How'd you get here?
Drove.
You drove.
Well, he drove me.
You do. I was gonna say,
You wanna say something?
Would you just figure that, on all these driving things, you figured it?
Stefanski's got something.
Mike, I want to out the window, she drove.
Okay. We'll check into that. So, why is all these, why did you get these all? I mean, look at 16 through 18. Operating while suspended, operating while suspended. Yeah, people ask us, why does their driving record matter? And it matters because you're given a driver's license with a lot of rules and regulations. If we look at this, see, you don't abide those rules and regulations, what makes us think you're gonna abide our rules and
Well, how am I supposed to get to
regulations?
work and try to pay anything off? I mean, I'm the only person here. I have 3 children. I'm a single parent. I don't have parents out here. It's even hard to just pay for a sitter for the week. And at that time, I only worked 3 days a week. And now I only work 1 day a week at Tom's.
I understand the hardships, but you're breaking the law every time you do it.
If I have to break the law to make ends meet for my kids, I'll do it. It's all paid for.
I mean, all the tickets are paid for?
Yep.
Well, it's not what we wanted to hear. Is it?
Mr. Chair,
Oh, Weigel.
you live in Racine
Yes.
and you bartend at
I bartend at, right now currently I'm at Tom's Foolery.
Tom Pool on
On
70th and
Orchard,
Orchard.
mhm.
Okay. And, I mean, there's no bars in Racine?
Not that I could get into, no. Before that, I was at, in Franklin, and then I came out here.
And again, Franklin's not a very walkable community, right? You probably drove there also?
Mhm.
So you just routinely drive without a driver's license?
Yeah.
I think it's old, the old application. But it doesn't show up on the new
A
application.
new one?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Rowe.
I'm gonna make a motion to deny, based on the pattern and habitual nature of the violations.
Do I have a second?
And you drove here illegally.
That's
Right.
fine.
Do I have a
Deny it
second?
then.
Second.
Just for the record, the committee's making that finding that it substantially relates to licensed activity. Even if it's habitual, even it has to substantially relate, so are we making that?
Yes,
finding?
that is my motion.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sorry. Okay.
Mr. Chair, one more
Yes.
thing. Is this, the applicant says, is there a warrant out for you right now, Franklin?
That's- that
No,
might be the
that's
old
old.
app.
Oh, that's the old one, okay, that's all taken care of, right, I was just
Okay.
curious.
Okay, here we have a communication and an application for, the Class A liquor application for some Winder Singh at 10537 West Greenfield.
This is 8, correct?
This is number 8 and 9. There's a
Okay.
communication is 8, and the license is 9. Now, I don't know if everybody knows that we had the public hearing for going over quota, but,
We didn't have that yet.
yes, we did. We had the last council meeting.
No. It was gonna be at the next council meeting. We had an individual come in during citizen participation.
And talk about, we have not had the public
Okay,
hearing.
we have
on
not
this.
had a public hearing, okay. But it turns out that somebody came in and turned their license in or said they're not gonna reapply. And so now we are not over quota,
Mr. Chair, I
so,
got a
Alderman
question.
May.
What about the special use permit? I'd imagine it has to be updated and,
Mr. Chair, I can answer that if you want. They still, as far as I know, have gone through the process for the special use permit, so they're still planning on having that public hearing.
okay.
I believe it's at the July 16th meeting as well, because we're gonna work that one with this one as well.
At the same time.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, the reason I bring that up is, I think it's been brought to our attention in the past that if you approve the license before you approve the special use, you've given a property right before they've got the special use. So they should either be done in tandem at the same time.
I know we debated this, and I don't know if we ever came to the conclusion of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have.
Past practice, Mr. Chair, past practice, we've, longer past practice than just the last meeting, we'll say. There, generally, we, wait for them to go in tandem. I know, and I watched the video on the last License and Health Committee, I think it was during Common Council, when Attorney Decker was here, and he had referenced that revoking a license because of a special use issue was a no-go. I think we can wait and have these go through together. We've also had discussions that I'd advise the committee at some point that, we can't leapfrog somebody to put somebody else in place, but I would hope that wouldn't be the reason for the delay. I think that would be problematic.
Okay, so
Leapfrog.
right now, we're not, right now, their license would not be over quota.
Right. We don't need to.
What happens if somebody comes in and applies for that license?
That's what I'm saying, is that,
That's the leapfrog. yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
leapfrog situation where that's not necessarily, the committee would have to make a determination which one they wanna pick in that circumstance. Attorney Decker's also had that training, that picking and choosing which one fits better is not gonna be problematic. But I would hope at least we make a record at this point that the delay is not to wait for somebody to come in. The delay is just to coincide with the special use, or not special use, the site landscape screening,
Special use.
special use, yeah.
Especially for that. But here they want a license today. You know, they're here, and if somebody else comes in, then they got a chance of not getting it. And then we're back into the over quota?
Mr. Chair, the only reason this was on here was because of the issue with the quota situation.
Okay,
It was always intended to hold off on the actual action of the license until the July 16th meeting when they had the public hearing, because that was always
Okay.
intended to have the public hearing at that time. So
Okay.
that's the only reason it's on here tonight.
okay.
Has this, I'm sorry, has this license already come in front of the committee or been approved or anything yet?
No.
No,
No.
okay.
The petition came before them at the June 4th meeting was when they made the motion to go forward with the public hearing.
Effectively, though, my understanding, at least from the discussion with Kale, well, discussion Kale had, Attorney Decker had on the record last time, was that if we can't revoke a liquor license because of an issue with the special use, but revoking a special use would make that use improper. They're basically making it so they can't operate. So I guess I don't have a problem if this gets approved today. It's gonna be messy one way or the other if we wanna revoke, but the goal would be not to revoke. But more.
Well, even if we approved it, council didn't approve it, so it wouldn't
Right.
even matter
Yeah,
what came
correct.
out of the committee, but.
I guess that'd
Right.
be safe way to look at it too, is it got past this stage, it would be before
And we
anybody
would-
else at that
If we
point.
would pass, it would be subject to necessary requirements.
Correct, which it always would be no matter what, it's always
Right.
subject to making sure that they have to comply with the law no matter what,
Okay.
whether we say it or not.
Alderman Road.
So 8 is pretty much just a communication from the clerk's office, and 9 is for a Class A for a gas station, which is full everything, not just
No.
beer. But it's
Yeah,
full
yeah.
liquor, like
Beer, wine, and liquor.
it's like having a pick and save at a gas station, correct? Somewhat with liquor department,
Well, I don't think that big, but
well, but it's, they can sell
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
they can sell
Okay,
it.
and we only have, and this may be for the clerk, one gas station with alcohol, and that's the one we just issued, and it was a beer only, correct?
That is correct.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm just
So
making
the,
a
so the
a
precedent is
statement.
beer.
Right. Beer only on Lincoln and National, and this is full liquor.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Okay,
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Wyman.
I do on the application. Item 7 on the application is legal occupancy capacity of the premises. And I assume that's supposed to be a number. It's
I'm
just,
sorry, where's
it's
that?
the word entire, right?
Which page?
That's generally something they get from the
the
fire.
The plan of operation. It's item number 7. There's no page numbers.
Can you just show me what it looks like so I can match up? Okay.
Plan of operation.
And what number on that?
You mean legal occupancy?
The legal occupancy
it, yes.
capacity of the premises.
Number 7.
It's supposed to be a number of people allowed in the door,
Is,
but they wrote the word entire. Meaning that,
sounds
I
like-
guess that means that they legally occupy the entire premises.
I can work with them. to
Yeah, fire
correct that.
department,
Yeah,
someone
I
needs to
think
put a
that was
number in
just-
there.
That's supposed to be the
I
occupancy.
think they
Yeah.
misunderstood the question, that's
Yes,
all.
yeah, someone needs to put a number in there.
Okay, does anybody else have anything? 2 people asked to speak. I'll give 2 people a short period of time to speak.
I do, can I just one more real quick?
Well,
One second.
I still do,
I noticed number 11 on the application also says this is a convenience store, but it's not checked for the gas station. I think the type of business would be a gas station.
okay. And is the gas station open 24 hours?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Not that it matters, because we have other
Nice.
businesses,
Is it
we have other businesses that are open.
Speedway's open?
Yeah, open, no, but we have other, like, Pick and Save's open
Yeah.
later than, yeah.
Mr. Chair, I guess I would ask then,
Good.
how will you lock up the liquor and how will you lock up the,
Oh, we will make some kind of railing, so that it will be closed at 9 o'clock, Just like the Perkins have had, so they will close it and locked.
the thing about a pick and save though, you've got the ropes and you've got a long distance to get out the door.
Yes, so.
At a gas station, it's much easier to
I don't see it here.
sneak and run.
Did you?
No,
Are you gonna lock the
only
coolers, or you
behind the.
Oh, behind.
Just, yeah, only the pints, the small one,
And then,
not the big ones.
so on the floor plan, you've
There
got a
will be
couple in
only
the,
one, yeah, the one will be, one shelf, so we will make somehow, so that at
Behind
9
the
o'clock.
cashier,
it will
correct?
be there. Yeah, behind the cashier. And 2 door we are giving to the
Is
beer.
it like right here?
Yes, sir.
what's this here? It says, what's this? It says liquor, right here.
So there will be one shelf, we are putting that.
They're gonna have liquor out on the floor. The only stuff he's gonna have behind the register is the pints, and the things that are easily shoplifted. That's typical layout in a store, liquor store. You should know that, Mike.
What are you saying?
No, we had on one other location on Butler, but we did between the two shelves, we put the gate, and it is locked in night time.
Okay, so it is locked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we are giving only 2 doors for beer, so it is easily you can lock it at 9 o'clock. That's it.
Anybody else have anything? Okay, the two people that, can you speak? You can speak now?
I'd like to speak.
Sure,
Is that possible? Okay.
sure, come on up.
My name is Omar Audi. I own Super Bottle on 76 in Greenfield, right
Okay.
on the corner from you guys.
Right,
I just want to say a couple of things here. I've been there 10 years, and we've seen a lot happen in 10 years with the development of the liquor license and we've continued to pound out the fact that Greenfield Avenue needs more liquor, and that's not the case. We're trying to protect the city. We're trying to improve the image of the city, and that's one of the reasons why you guys denied secondhand stores in the city, because you want to improve the image. Here, we're talking about letting a gas station, which was taboo, and I think I emailed everybody here, which is taboo in the past, about putting liquor or beer for that matter, in a gas station, out of all places, where someone can just pop in, pop out. And what's to say the BP across the street from me is going to have it, or Speedway down the street from Welch's, or anybody else is going to have it. Quick Trip that's moving in, they're all going to apply, and they're all going to scream discrimination if you don't give it to them. I know there's a quota, and Greenfield Avenue is saturated. I've got 9 places that you can buy beer and liquor from 68th Street all the way up to 92nd Street, or actually 111th Street, Welch's. 9 places. How much more do you need? That's one thing. The other thing is the image. Do we really need, gas stations selling selling beer or liquor? Some of the other communities have had it. There's a lot of crime that happens because of it, because they're in and out. Now it's easier to rob a gas station than it is a liquor store or a bigger store that has beer and liquor. I just think we're moving in the wrong direction. And the other thing is, I asked Marty years ago for a drive-through, because that's basically what we're having here. We're having a drive-through in and out gas station, buy their pack of cigarettes, buy their beer, and it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable in this city. I don't think it's acceptable in any city. So if they get their liquor license, I would like a drive-through. It sounds crazy, but what next? Who's next? Is the daycare center going to be able to sell liquor? So, I know I sound a little upset, but it's a fact. I like the city. I've been in it for a long time, and I think we need to move in the right direction, not more liquor on Greenfield Avenue. Lincoln Avenue, there's nothing there. There's a couple of stores. There's one on 68th Street, and I don't think there's anything west. There's a lot of areas in the city, but Greenfield Avenue, come on, guys. 9 liquor stores and 9 places to buy beer.
Mr. Chairman, we allowed to interact?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
we can.
Well, no, I have to ask him.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're on that side of the table.
Okay.
Would you be having a beef if this was on Lincoln Avenue or Cleveland? Or is it just because it's a liquor store? If everybody in this room owned hardware stores and he was opening a hardware store, would it be the same complaint or concerns rather?
Well, like I said, it's an image and safety and crime. We're trying to make the city better, and that's why we put garbage cans on the corner of 76th Street, because the people at the bus stop are throwing garbage on the street. We don't want that. We want a clean. I put planted flowers on the corner there because I want a nice, clean image. And here we are. We're adding more and more liquor license right up Greenfield Avenue. I have no problem if he wants to open up a liquor store, but the gas stations, I think, is a taboo for the city, and you're opening up a can of worms. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Somebody else?
Thank you, Omar. Good evening, the licensing committee and the assistant city attorney, city clerk, and I don't want to repeat what Omar said, but thank you, Omar. You made a really good point. What I wanted to say is that you asked if there was another hardware store, but I also want to bring a point that if you are opening too many stores selling the same thing, this brings food on our table at our house too. I mean, you have to understand, if you're opening too many licenses, giving too many licenses for liquor or any other store in the close proximity, you're kind of putting up the other business for failure. Because same thing happened, there is like a whole 3 or 4 licenses in the same place on like 84th around 92nd. There's too many liquor stores. If you're allowing too many liquor stores, and I don't know if hardware store needs a licensing, but licensing committee needs to keep in mind that these businesses is bringing food on our table at homes. We are running these businesses, we are hiring employees from within the community, we are giving employment, and then we need to make sure that we are running them responsibly. We don't want to just have anybody come in and come out. We are checking everybody's licenses. We need to make sure that everybody is being justifiably treated and they are getting what they need. And if we are serving the need of the community, what is the need of opening a liquor store within the same frequency, within the same distance, let's say 1 mile or 2 miles? Then another concern I have and I want to bring is, City of Madison went through the same thing, City of Racine went through the same thing. Why does the City of West Allis have to go through the same thing? City of Madison is now number 12 in liquor consumption, and most reason, and the mayor is, I think, asking for a moratorium on the liquor licenses because of the same reason. There were more outlets, there were more people buying liquor, there was more crime, there were more liquor-related issues in the city. So I don't understand why the City of West Allis has to set a precedence or follow something that has already been proven to create more problems in the city. And then moreover, it comes in the Milwaukee County. So if City of West Allis makes a decision, it's going to influence others, businesses in the Milwaukee County, in the city of Milwaukee. Now, City of Milwaukee does not have licenses within the liquor store, in the gas stations. If you allow a license to go into a gas station, City of Milwaukee gas stations are going to start asking for it because you're setting a precedence. Now, also at the end, with addition to more liquor licenses with grant of 1 combination Class A, you will invite all other gas stations in the City of West Allis to pressurize one way or the other to get more license in near future. If you allow few now, it will be more legal writs and claims from other parties to be asking for more licenses and asking for issuance of Class A combination in the gas stations. So I'm again urging you to please look into it again and see the pros and cons and make a very informed decision. I appreciate giving us time. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah?
Did you ask where she is from?
Oh, for the record, you wanna give your address? You need to put it.
10910 West Greenfield Avenue, 109th and Greenfield. Thank you.
Just 3 blocks difference from these things, just 3 blocks.
Right,
Mr.
okay,
Chair,
all in one.
a couple of points. City of Milwaukee does not allow A's in liquor stores. Do we know that? That's true?
I don't know that off the top of my head,
I'm
and I'm
not
trying to
100%
think.
sure, but I think that's what it is, right? City of Milwaukee does not allow licensing.
Because I know New Berlin does.
Yes, New Berlin has started setting a
And,
precedence. You're right.
well, they were, I don't know about started, I know I was at a gas station in New Berlin like 2 years ago and they had liquor in it. And Franklin does. I know that too. So, there used to be liquor licenses at Sam's Club, right, on Greenfield Avenue,
You're right.
and the Pick and Save. Pick and Save had a liquor license also,
You're right, but
that
they're
were on
both-
Greenfield Avenue.
Right, they're both bigger chains and they
Well,
are
yeah,
bigger
yeah,
stores.
but
They're-
I'm just trying to get around the proximity thing. And I'm gonna ask the city attorney to weigh in on this.
Sure.
Is protecting existing businesses from competition a reason to deny a license?
When Attorney Decker gave that training before, these are all permissive licenses. It's a may license as opposed to shall operator's license. So we have a lot more leeway and discretion over when or how we issue licenses. Generally, the character of the surrounding community is something that we can consider. I'm not sure, and I guess we can be more. I would recommend we be careful as to saying, okay, well, some places can have Class A's in the area and some places can't have Class A's. I'd be more comfortable if the committee would make a finding that we don't need another one there, not because of the businesses in the area, because, I mean, realistically, and I'm not trying to put any spin on anybody's discussions today, but, it's all just a matter of timing. Anybody that could be sitting in here could be making the same argument a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 years ago, who knows? So, it depends more on the character as opposed to how many businesses are in the area. It might be that we already have a lot of liquor stores in the area, we don't need another liquor store, and that would be based on the character of the area. But I wouldn't advise the committee to say, well, it's gonna be adversely impacting 9 other businesses.
So that's probably not a good reason to deny.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that'd be a good reason to deny, but if the committee would say, we already have enough liquor stores generally.
Generally is, okay, but we can't say,
It's negative on this business and that business, so we're not gonna do it. That's playing a little more favoritism than I think we need to.
like, that's kinda how I think of it all. I think competition is good for the
Sure.
capitalist society.
It's more the community well-being. Do we need another
No,
liquor store in the
no,
community?
yeah, again. And then one thing I wanted to add, I think we all got several emails on this.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the emails mentioned walkability in a community. If you look at what makes a community more walkable, and that is having more outlets for more goods and services is good for walkability, because then someone might be able to walk to a store to buy a cigarettes, or sub sandwich, or lawnmower, or beer, than having to drive to one. So some of those the arguments, at least in some of the emails I got, seemed like they were just cut and pasted from a general, don't open more liquor store, than specifically to this item. I think that's it.
Alderman Haas, have anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, how would the committee want to proceed with this? Do you want to vote for, to approve or deny subject to
Chair?
necessary requirements?
I understand the capitalist argument, and I don't believe, we should be picking who gets to compete with others. I completely get that. But being in the district that we have one, I think on like 85th or 86th, one on 88th, one on 109th, and having one of these would be in District 5, but right across from our district, that is a lot of alcohol in a closely concentrated area. And I'd rather see this used and dispersed elsewhere within the city. So that's one thing. Also, the liquor component, the other gas station, it was beer only, and now we're adding liquor. I will tell you, in talking to Alderman Barzak today, he wanted to make sure I stated, because this isn't going over quota anymore, he wouldn't have a problem with it. But also, I'm not sure if he knew that this is a Class A everything, and the other gas station was a Class A beer only. So I want to, I just want to put that out there. So, I'm not in favor of the liquor component at this location, and I think the dispersing it is better. Now, the question was asked, how is this different than a Quick Trip? I think a Quick Trip is like 6,000 square feet of convenience with gas station. You can almost make an argument, it is a convenience store. This is definitely a gas station, to me. But
Mr. Chairman, there was a statement that was made about being concerned about other gas stations applying. Again, I'm gonna harken back to Kayla's discussion, or Attorney Decker's discussion. We can take these on a case-by-case basis. It's just because one gas station applies, you have to look at the general area, how it's gonna affect the area, the other businesses in the area, in terms of proliferation, proximity to those other businesses. Just because we grant one gas station, or we've granted one gas station with a Class B, doesn't mean we always have to. It doesn't mean we never can. It's just, you gotta look at it on a case-by-case basis.
Mr. Chair? And this would be for Ann and the clerk. Wasn't there alcohol in there prior to this, some sort of?
The restaurant had
There's a restaurant that's
That
attached
was
to
it,
it,
okay.
and they have a Class B, I believe, right?
And the restaurant is still there?
Yes.
They have a combination B?
The restaurant that's currently there does not have any alcohol license.
Okay.
Who doesn't? That was Vanny's, right?
Vanny's, right?
Yeah.
No, the new came,
New person apply?
Yeah, so he will going to apply.
We have
We're in a
not
Class B
received
and a Class
any.
A.
Okay, we haven't seen any, okay, we haven't
Okay.
received one yet.
And Mr. Chair?
Oh, my,
I think Alderman Rhodes' point was that restaurant, being a Class B, would be allowed to sell bottles of beer and cases of beer, bottles of wine in unopened original containers, much like a liquor store would. They can't do full bottles of liquor, right?
No, I don't.
No, they can do beer and wine only to go.
Certain
And any
quantity.
restaurant, any combination beer can, any combination beer can.
I think they just passed that law with the quantity.
So a restaurant.
But that was full,
Recently.
that was full liquor.
couple days ago.
Like yesterday.
That was total
Yeah,
wine.
yesterday.
What
They did
did
something
they change?
yesterday.
Total,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, Total Wine actually pushed for that because they've been getting Class B licenses from municipalities to
Yeah.
be able to sell, so they,
Sample.
yeah. opposed to Class A.
And what did they just pass yesterday?
The, there's a limit on no more than 4 liters
Yeah.
of quantity, and
And that was
Is
a
that 4
Class A?
liters, is that 4 liters a purchase a day?
per single purchase.
Per single purchase.
Yeah.
So guys gotta go back to, out to the
Yeah.
car and come
So they
back.
got rid of that, and now anybody with Class B license can basically operate just like a liquor store.
Anyway,
So there's
We're off
nothing-
point.
There's nothing in there right
There's
now.
nothing in there now.
Like-
Right.
Okay, so it's, I'm kinda getting, Alderman May.
But at the same time, if they're gonna want a Class B there to serve alcohol at the restaurant, if we're gonna have a Class A, it just seems, why would you provide
Saturation
both?
or overkill.
Okay,
Well, it's 2 different tenants. Am I correct? Do you,
Yes.
do you own the building? No.
Yes,
You own the building.
yep,
You bought the whole gas station, everything belongs to you.
yeah.
And you're gonna rent to somebody who's gonna have, it's not your
The
business,
restaurant.
it's somebody else's business.
Somebody else, yes.
did you have something?
We did have that discussion, we did have the discussion, as well, that at the same location, if somebody applies and we don't like what their plan is, or that it's gonna be one thing, and then a year later, a really nice restaurant that would be better for the community or something in the area applies, that's not a bar because we just declined one in that area. We'd have to make a good record at that point, but again, we just have to take it by case basis on what fits the community, what's good, what the committee determines is appropriate.
So what I'm kinda getting is everybody kinda like to hold this until you wanted to talk to Alderman Barzak.
Well, I mean, Alderman
Because-
Barzak can vote for himself, but he said he was against it because it was gonna be over quota, and then he was for it because it's gonna be under quota, but I don't think he realizes that his reasoning was,
Well-
I would approve this because the other gas station had a Class A as well, but it's 2 different licenses, I don't think he understood that. I don't wanna speak for him.
Yeah, we can hold it, or I'm in favor of it. I don't have any issue with it. I have an issue with some of the maintenance of your facility. I think that if we're going to be approving a license like that, you have gas pumps you have not only your current gas pumps, but you also have your old
The old junk
pumps
sitting
next to the dumpster that have been there for about a year, perhaps, maybe just a little under a year. That's not acceptable. And you've
all
got
in the
weeds
district.
that are knee high, and you've got the edging that hasn't been manicured at all.
We had a
Weeds.
special use coming in.
Yeah, you got mulch all over. You have to put mulch down. I know there have been complaints about that. That's a concern that I have, but that I would want addressed before approving this.
And it doesn't matter either way, according to the city attorney's office, what we do tonight.
Nothing's gonna get actually finalized until it gets finalized on the 16th, so, I mean, it won't really matter.
Mr. Chairman?
Alderman Weigel.
Regardless, he's still going through a special use regardless, he's going through site and landscaping.
Correct.
Okay. So the gas pumps and all that will be taken care of with site and landscaping.
Assuming they put that into the special use.
Yes.
Well,
That
Mr.
should be
Chair,
gone already.
I think they have a
Alderman
special use now, and they're not keeping up with it. I'm pretty sure the property has a special use now,
Yeah.
and it's not being upkept. So,
That's your side of
that's his district, but
That's his district.
it's my residence the closest to these
Yes,
commercial,
yeah.
and that's not your fault, but I'm the one who gets complaints about the businesses in his district. And again, that's not any fault of your own, but I'm glad you brought that up, because the cleanliness of the businesses from the railroad to Highway 100 is a concern, and
And if
I'm very happy you brought that up.
If I may, I don't wanna go too far down that path, because that is an issue kind of, I get that it's related, this is just,
Alright, yeah,
license
then.
stuff, that's the special use we're talking about,
Oh, okay.
16th.
Alderman
And
Weigel.
if I may, in backtracking, but staying with that subject, the guy, the owner on National and Lincoln, we held up his license 2 weeks ago because he didn't do all the things he said he was gonna do when we issued his license,
Okay.
so.
No, I will take care of that, I promise you.
Wow. Everybody tells us that, that's why we held up his license, because it got done then.
Oh, okay.
One more question, Mr. Chairman.
Alderman Weigel.
We all got multiple emails. I assume we all got the same ones.
Yes.
Did anybody get a contact, or did the clerk's office get a contact from anybody on this topic that's not in the liquor store business?
No.
I can't recall.
I did not, and that's why I said, if this was a hardware store. I could have said a ice cream store for, if all you guys owned ice cream stores and you were applying for an ice cream store permit. No, we don't have permits for ice cream stores, but that was my hypothetical, store.
Your argument is we're not gonna
We didn't get-
we're not gonna do it based on competition.
Right.
Which I agree with. But I do feel there's quite the concentration on Greenfield Avenue in my district. And I know this is across the street in someone else's district, but
Oh, boy.
it's a lot. One stretch.
I drove by there.
Remy?
Can I talk?
Sure, go ahead, say something.
Yeah, the only why we are applying for that, you know that our corner had tough competition. We had the speedway right there. We can say, okay, they are selling gas and we are selling gas, so we will shut that down, And then speedway on the other side, and how many gas station we had. And then the quick trip comes, and whenever the quick trip comes, it affect almost more than 2 miles. That is a big chain,
I can believe it,
and
yeah.
it will. That's why we are worried about. And we add a little bit for the convenience of the people, plus so that we will pay our bills too. So it is very hard for the business, it is to survive. There is no margin in gas. There is too much competition, and how you can compete with the speedway, the marathon, they had
But you bought a gas station. You're in the gas station business.
Yes, sir, yes.
Ultimately, that's the bottom line. You're in the gas station business.
Yes, sir. So that's why, to keep additional items, so that it will give us a help, We are not turning into a full-fledged liquor store, Just like we had everything, the cigarette and the soda. It will be a little help for that, And the people, they are asking every day too.
The parking one
Yeah.
behind the.
We had the RV people, they always,
They
looking
don't have
for,
any,
this,
no cars at all.
Manufactured
They're walking
homes.
distance.
RV.
Trailer.
They are walking, so they don't have any cars and stuff like that, so.
Well, we took in a lot of information. I think we should hold this until the next meeting. Until, you can talk to Alderman Barzak, and if we have any other questions. And if city attorney's office has anything, so, the 16th, nothing can be done till the 16th. There's a chance that somebody else will come in and apply, but, I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Alderman.
I don't know if we just wanna make a agreement right here. I mean, I think the first in, first out policy that we've gone with hence
In the past.
in the past makes sense.
Right.
I think if another person came in and applied, I don't think there'd be any reason to skip them ahead. I don't think that,
Right.
to me,
I
that just
agree,
doesn't
yeah.
feel right. So I don't think that's gonna affect
No.
the,
So we'll just hold it until, get those few things taken care of. That's number 8 and 9. 8's a communication.
8 would be, we can place 8 on file, right?
We'll might as well do everything together.
Okay.
And we got the special use next time, or they got the special use, the other committee. So, does the city clerk or attorney have any questions or anything? Okay, we're just gonna hold this down. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And until the 16th, right?
the 16th, correct.
Thanks.
died.
Oh, you're, really?
What's your name?
Lopez?
Lopez. Okay, you didn't get the email.
I did,
Well, you did get the email.
yes. I had a bartender coming at 6:30
Well-
today, so that's why I'm here now.
No, one came out today.
We got the email from today?
No,
Okay.
I did not.
We're trying to
I
get hold of
was
you.
bartending all day.
Yeah,
We're
well,
trying to get a hold of you that you didn't have to appear.
Mr. Chair, we can. I'll talk to her right now. if you don't
Oh,
mind.
okay,
Yeah.
great, you talked to, so, Jennifer Schroeder? No, she stands up for once I correct her. This is a first for her, we'll hold her. And then we have Jacob Cruz, second one.
I don't know those characters in the audience, neither of them are Jacob.
I moved to deny based on 2 non-appearances.
Well, no, it's his first non-appearance.
Is
Was
this
this
first?
first? I thought we saw him at
This is the
our.
second time
He
on
wasn't
our
here the
agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is his second. I apologize.
Yeah, it's just right here.
I'll keep my motion on the
Don't you
table.
try to confuse them, it's too easy.
Yeah, but yeah,
Alderman Mays first,
yeah.
Alderman Roach second. So, motion to denial because of
Two
Second,
non-appearances.
two non-appearances. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anything else? I thought there was something else. I think that's it.
We don't have, anything else to make properly come before this committee? No.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.